So we'll take 4x minus 20, and that's going to be one small component. Okay. Then we've got this 3x plus 14. Okay, you guys agree that those are right next to each other? They do not have any overlapping points. Okay, so no common interior points. They share the same vertices O, and they both have the same ray OS. Okay, so those are adjacent angles, so we can add them together. What should they total? 155. Okay. That's going to give us how many x's? 7x. What's the constants change to? Negative 6 equals 155. So 7x is equal to 161, right? Now last class I asked, how do you do that fast? How do you do that division fast? That's the next step, right? Somebody said, grab calculator. Okay, how do we do it in our head fast? How many times, look at this number here. Look at, basically what you want to do is go left to right here and start thinking of whether that number 1 is big enough for 7 to go into it. Is it? No. So now I go 16. Is 16 big enough for 7 to go into it? Yes. Yes, how many times? Twice. So 7 goes in 2 times. That's a total of 14, right? Okay. So we know that it goes in twice. Okay. Gave me a total of 14. 7 times 2 is 14. 16 minus 14 gives me 2 left over, right? A remainder of 2. Tag on that 1 to that 2. So it gives you 21, right? How many times does 7 go into 21? 3. Okay. Now it's a long time to explain that. Okay, I mean 35 seconds to explain that. But you start doing that kind of stuff on a regular basis, okay, in your homework and stuff like that, you're going to become very proficient in dividing weird numbers, okay, numbers that you're not seeing on a regular basis, okay, without a calculator. All right. Now, that's not what we wanted. We wanted RQS. So what do I do with that number to find the measure of angle RQS? Or RQS. Plug it in. So come up here to 4x minus 20. I put 4 times 23 minus 20, right? Now somebody in last class said, I don't know how to, I can't do 4 times 23. Okay? Hopefully they were just kidding with me, but you know, can I do it this way? Can I go 4 times 20 plus 3 that way and do the distributive property? What's 4 times 20? 80. What's 4 times 3? 12. What's 80 plus 12? 92. Okay? So the hope is that you guys eventually be able to do that real quick in your head without having to write anything down. And we see that's 92 minus 20, which is 72. Okay? Come over here, do the same thing. 3 times 23 is 69 plus 14. What's that going to be? 83, right? Okay? Not only do I want you guys to learn geometry and brush up on your algebra skills, I want you to become confident in being able to multiply, add, subtract, and divide just regular old numbers, okay? Because someday, does everybody want to have maybe a family someday? Okay? Wouldn't it be nice to, you know, your kid comes home from 5th grade, 6th grade, and asks, hey mom, what are these two numbers when I'm all put together? Dad, how do I divide these two numbers? And you be able to tell them that? Okay, I think maybe some of you say, when am I going to use this math, and when do I need it? Think about that kind of stuff, because it's kind of a pain in the butt right now as a student. Maybe you go to mom and dad and they can't help you, right? But when you have kids, wouldn't you want to be able to help them? Okay, so they say, well, figure it out on your own or something like that. So maybe that's a reason. Or maybe your kid comes home and says, Mom, what's 4 times 23? And you don't know it. What's your kid starting to think about you now? Yeah, mom's not very bright. Okay, so hopefully we brushing up on those skills, and at least our own kids don't think maybe we have some cognitive issues. Let's do this one. Do this one on your own real quick, and then we'll talk about one more. We won't do one more, but we'll talk about it, and you'll get out of here. All right, as you guys walk through it, just make sure that you're paying attention, because they do this on purpose. A lot of questions, maybe the first 4 or 5 that you do, you'll recognize, oh, they say these parts in order, so I can just take the first 2 things, add them together, so them equal to the third expression, or something like that. And they'll do 3 or 4 like that. But then the next one, they change the order of the components. And people just see the first 2, add them together, so them equal to the last one. I don't know, I've had students in the past for weeks, that's all they did, is they take the first 2, add them together, so them equal to the last one. Make sure you're paying attention, you're inputting things in your picture. They say UTH is 50 degrees, right? So I highlight that, put it in my picture somehow, so I can visually see that that's 50. Same thing with HTS being 6x plus 6, plug that in my picture. Now I recognize that the red angle and the blue angle are the ones I want to add together, and they're going to give me then a total of 13x, which is that green angle, right? Okay. Make sure that you're drawing pictures and stuff like that and inputting information, because it makes things so much easier than just trying to develop an equation from the text. You tell me the answer?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
54 degrees.
54 degrees. You guys agree with that? Yeah, when we get down to what's going to become 50, we get 56 is equal to what, 7x?
Yep.
So x becomes 8. We're going to plug that in. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 6 is 54 degrees. How can I check that?
I have 50.
Go ahead. Okay, add them together so I get 104, right?
Yeah.
But is there a 104 up there? What were you going to say?
I was also plug the 8 into the 13x and see what 13 times goes.
Right, plug 8 in there, okay, and see if that gives you your 104. Okay, so if I do that, 10 times 8 is 80, 3 times 8 is 24, 80 plus 24 is 104. So 13 times 8 is 104, which is mimicking the 50 plus 54 that we got there, right? Okay. Something that you guys want to pay attention to in your homework tonight is something that is going to look like this, where they give you they'll give you some algebraic expression here inside that angle. They'll give you some algebraic expression inside that angle. Okay? And you see that we should probably add the red one and the blue one together, right? So we go red expression, whatever that may be, add to it blue expression, whatever that may be, and equal now a total, right? Because we're going to add 2 things up to get the total. What is the total going to be here? 180. Okay? So there's 2 problems, I think, specifically that I saw. One of them says that this angle, maybe we call this angle, put some points in here. Maybe they say A, B, C, and D. They say A, B, C is a straight angle. So that's kind of telling you the 180, that relationship that you need. Okay? There was another one that just gave you the picture, didn't say anything about it. It looks like a straight line, so use it, assume that's a straight line. We'll talk later this week, early next week, about the things that we can assume when we look at a picture and the things that we cannot assume when we look at a picture. That tends to be an issue for a lot of people in this class. Do not make assumptions about a lot of things, but if the line looks straight, okay, like a straight angle or opposite rays or something like that, make that assumption and use that fact right now. Okay? Other than that, I think the assignment, we've gone over an example of everything on there. Remember that my website, guys, if obviously we go through 3 or 4 examples in class, but you get to the website and there's 6 videos there, but that might be a total of, if there's three examples in each one of those videos, that might be 18 extra examples you go through. Okay, so use those to supplement what we talk about in class, especially if you don't understand. Like if you fully understand what's going on, those aren't maybe things that you need to go to. But if you're struggling, asking questions, needing things fixed, get on a homework question, you get stuck, look at those things. I try to identify what's inside those videos with the names above. Some of them are 2 minutes long, some of them are 60 minutes long. Okay? Not saying you have to watch them all. Not saying you have to watch any of them. If I gotta get the 60-minute one, can I scrub through it and try to find them doing examples? Okay? Some of them I've got a lady that does a really good job of just lecturing through notes, just kind of like we do in class. So if you miss a day of class, that's there. I'm gonna put this thing on YouTube, this video on YouTube of the lecture, and see how that goes. But these things are great resources. These applets are here for you to mess around with. Tomorrow I'll show you how you can pull those off and keep them in your folder if you want to. But those are things that supplement the class and help you increase that learning. Remember that Math Excel assignment to do tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably just wrap up any loose ends that we have with segment addition, angle addition, and talk about angle bisectors and go on from there. All right. That's all I've got for you today. I'm gonna get out of here pretty soon. So. I'm either going to